for joining us for another episode of What's Your Why Wednesday. I'm Laura Brandeo, and today I am joined by the lovely Shawanda Weston. She is a loan officer at CMS Mortgage Solutions. Okay, Shawanda, we all came into this industry mostly by accident, but we stayed in the mortgage industry because it's tied to our personal and professional why. So first off, thank you for joining us. And secondly, Shawanda, please share with us, what is your why?
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. My why really just stems from assisting people and being of service. One thing that I've always admired about my family dynamic is just our ability to help others and care for one another. So getting into the mortgage industry, it's very personal for me, assisting people with home ownership and helping people that don't understand or maybe sometimes don't believe that they can obtain home ownership. I was in that very similar position. So that's my why.
And let's expand on that. Let's speak about your personal position. So when did you buy your first home and what was that experience like?
So I purchased my first home at 25 and I was living in my affordable housing apartment with my children. And I had decided that I did not want to move until I became a homeowner. And I got to that point, I was visiting a relative and there was a house across the street from her and the house was for sale for $50,000. And I remember sitting there like, you can't buy a house for $50,000. And it kind of made me research, different things like flipping houses, because that's typically what, people would do. And just looking at, okay, a $50,000 house, how much does that cost? And then looking at how much does it cost to fix the house? And then just kind of realizing that if I did something similar to that, it would fit my budget. And it really would put me in a position to own a home instead of renting again. So I went for my first apartment, which was income-based affordable housing. And I researched some grant programs and looked into different options. And I decided I was going to purchase and I wasn't going to move until I did. And that's exactly what I did. I purchased a house. But initially before that, I didn't know that that was something I could do, especially at my age and being a young mom, a young single mom. So that kind of drove me into, home ownership. And then it made me want to show other people how easy it was because I didn't know how easy it was.
And that is wonderful. And that's a perfect lead in to my next question. So the thing about being in the mortgage industry is that, we have such a major impact on other families because of being able to educate and being able to be that guide, through the process and show them the value, the benefits, and that they can do it, right? Okay. So Shawanda, can you share with us one story where you just at that moment said, wow, I truly can make an impact on others through being a mortgage professional? Can you share one of those with us?
Absolutely. I have so many stories, but one of my favorite and most memorable, I had a lady that she had been in her house for years. She felt like she was drowning in debt and she didn't understand how to utilize the equity in her home and looked at her credit profile. She actually came in, I was working for a credit union, but she actually came into the credit union to try to get a personal loan. She was trying to make a purchase for a kitchen. And we talked about, home equity and refinancing. And once I looked at her credit profile, she was pretty much maxed out. She was on a fixed income. And I explained to her how to utilize the equity. She might have had $50,000 in equity and $30,000 in debt, but she probably, after paying her bills, had about $100 left over at the end of the month. Yeah, so things are very tight for her. And we just kind of looked at everything. I was able to pay everything off for her, and it freed up about $1,200 a month for her.
Wow.
And she was so emotional, and she was just like, I can have my life back. I can go visit my grandkids. And that was just a really good experience for me, because there are a lot of people that don't understand how to leverage the equity in their home. They don't understand how to utilize their credit. You know, those are just some examples. And I don't know, I think I talked to her probably once a month for almost a year later. You know, she was just so excited. She got to visit her grandkids. They lived out of town. And it did kind of give her life back, you know. Being able to help someone with their financial situation, it definitely does change your life. And sometimes people don't realize the effect that it has on them, just being in a situation where things are so tight and you're just surviving, you're not living. So that was a really good experience for me.
Wow, what a great story. And you picture this woman on a fixed income that probably every night when she went to bed, she probably had this heavy weight on her, right? And then you were able to counsel and look at how to make her situation better, to where that weight was lifted. And not only was she lifted, she was able to live, like you said, by seeing her grandchildren. And that's life-changing. Wow, that's awesome. Great job. Okay, so one final question, and thank you so much for sharing this with us, because it really does once again show that what we do ties back to our personal why, and it all comes together. So Shawanda, to wrap it up, what do you want your legacy or what you are doing in the world to be?
I just want my legacy to just reflect my heart and just the love that I have for other people. My maternal grandmother, she passed away when I was 6 years old. We had like a 20-year gone celebration for her in the town that we're from. And there were so many people that she worked with, that she was friends with, that she let live with her, and just listening to everyone and how much of an impact she had on them. I used to get upset because I'm an empathic and I want to help everyone. And sometimes that kind of puts you in a situation where, you know, you overextend yourself. But just kind of watching that experience and all of the love, and she had been gone for so long, and all of the love that she was just receiving, she wasn't here, you know, that's her legacy, you know, she was just.
So 20 years after she left this earth, they were still coming to, wow.
People. And I was just like, wow, you know.
Wow.
So I don't know, I'm getting so emotional. But, you know, she was just,
Shawanda, that's beautiful, because it goes to show you the impact that we have and the difference we
even
can all make. Yes. Here, that is so beautiful. What a special lady that made a difference in this world. And that's honestly what we all want to leave on this world, right?
Aspire to
oh my God, that is so wonderful. And you know what, Shawanda? Number one, your grandmother would be very proud of you. You know, what an amazing woman you are and what you are doing. And look at, you're taking her mission of making a difference in the world and sharing that love, and you're continuing it. And that's the difference of what we all have the ability to do.
And I definitely want to leave that mark on the world.
Well, you already are. So you are on your way of doing that. And thank you for doing that. And thank you for making a difference in the world and for sharing your light with all of these families that you're helping. And we truly appreciate you sharing that with us, and continue to shine brightly.
Thank you.